But let's get to I-DLE. If you're not familiar with the ladies of I-DLE, a 5-member girl group, they debuted in 2018 under Cube Entertainment. Originally 6 members, but Sujin left in 2021. Right now, Yuqi and Minnie took a break. They were both sick. So they took a break due to illness, and the promotional activities around this comeback, some of them have been canceled. They just got cleared to return, however. So I'm not sure if we're going to see stuff or not, but that's what's happening with I-DLE at the moment. It wasn't surprising to see that because Cube Entertainment have gone through a lot of transitions recently. So they're like, I-DLE's the big earners for Cube Entertainment. They work 24/7. These girls have been busting their butts. So, the human body can only handle so much. I hope they get a break. I hope they get a break. They put out a new album. It's called Two, second full album. They gave us 8 songs. The title track is called Super Lady. Let's talk about this song. Okay, so Soyeon starts things off, and she starts things off high. She goes right into really high notes. It's a different sound for the opening of a verse. This is a girl power anthem. This is Super Lady. I'm a super lady. It's very women's empowerment, girl power anthem. Very second generation sounding. I got a real feel here that we were kind of going back in time. This felt like a second gen song. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it depends on the listener. I like second gen. I like that feel. I like that vibe. So for me, that's kind of a compliment. I like that sound. Um, I also really liked how they referenced modern girl groups in the lyrics. And it wasn't a diss, it was more like, we're super women, kind of uplifting a lot of the younger girl groups. They mentioned Baddie, which was by IVE. There's a reference to Fearless, La Seraphim, that was their debut song. Savage, we all know Savage, my girl's Espa. So I thought that was really unique and smart. And I love putting the message out like we're not competition or uplifting one another. That's such an important message in life in general, but specifically in K-pop, where things are so competitive. I love an older, they're not that old, but they didn't debut in the past couple of years. So they're kind of vets in the industry. I love an older girl group putting out a song like this and a message like this, kind of saying, like, we're not each other's competition. There's room in the space for every single one of these groups to succeed. There really is. A little aside, I think that's an important life lesson. So many of us are so competitive, and women specifically really compete with one another. There's room for all of us to succeed. Even if your goal is something where it feels like only one of you can get it, there is room for everyone to be successful. The world's kind of opportunity is infinite, and instead we create competition among ourselves with scarcity. There's no scarcity. There's room for all of us, and there's room for all of these K-pop girl groups. So thank you, I-DLE, for putting out that message. I loved that aspect of it. I liked the pre-chorus in this one, and to be honest, I liked the pre-chorus better than the chorus. I don't think the chorus is bad, but it kind of didn't go anywhere super exciting or different. It was just okay for me. Soyeon wrote this one. She writes a lot. That's something with this group is they write and produce a lot of their music, and that's not the most common thing for girl groups in K-pop. So I feel like that really endears their fans to them and people to them. They're actually creating their music. Amazing. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love that. Definitely, as a girl group and as women, to be able to be producers, to do that side of it isn't something that's traditionally been pushed. It's exciting to see women be empowered to produce, to be in the studio arranging and mixing, not just writing lyrics. So I love that aspect about I-DLE, and I definitely wanted to mention that. And it's not just Soyeon. Other members write and produce as well. So kudos to them. But this one specifically was Soyeon, and she tends to do the title tracks. She's been on a roll with title tracks recently. Um, So Super Lady is a Soyeon title track. The song I thought was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't absolutely love it. But let's talk about the music video because they are serving visuals. Oh my goodness. I love this music video. And I talked about like second gen. This feels like a throwback to second gen, and I'm not mad at it. Why would you be mad about it? It's glamour, it's production, it's choreography, it's giant stage. I love that. I love the big glam of this music video. Like this is right up my alley. I thought the music video was fantastic. The song was just okay for me. I loved the music video. That chorus choreography is badass. I love it. The styling, there's something with those like black kind of military outfits with the hat. hmm hmm If I was a pop star, that is the look. That, oh, you guys, like, it's like those black, like kind of like leotard type outfits with like maybe some military embellishments and like the hat. I love that look. I love it. And Idol's not the first group that's done it. They won't be the last. It's like a really cool, sexy, awesome look. It makes me think immediately of like Demi Lovato, confident, kind of that vibe. And then also, this is very specific, and I don't know if any of you will get this, but I do have a few friends in the UK that listen and watch Cheryl Cole, Fight for This Love. Was that the song? I think that's what it was called. I have a really vivid image of Cheryl Cole performing this song called Fight for This Love. I remember the choreography and I remember the outfit, and she was like so, so beautiful. I'll put that on the playlist because I just love that song. And if you're not familiar, I'll put Demi Lovato Confident too, because that really goes. Confident is like sisters with this Idol song and music video right now. They all go together, they all tie together. Anyways, those black outfits were so badass, and all five of them looked gorgeous. I also liked there was a moment with like these silver kind of like jumpsuits. Those were very J-Lo. I thought they looked beautiful. I understand that people might feel like because this is so reminiscent of a second gen girl group music video that it's dated. I don't think that's maybe the way to approach it. For me, that's not, it's not dated. Like, it's great. And I thought black and white was very smart. I liked the black and white. This really worked for me. The only thing that I didn't love about the music video was like the Cruella de Vil styling, because I hate fur coats, animal abuse. 101 Dalmatians was not my vibe. No, ma'am. So that I was not feeling. Like, I don't love that. I don't love fur coats. Let's just put that out there too. I hate fur coats in any music video. And I don't like there were dogs, and I get it. She was Cruella de Vil, but I usually don't like that much either because I worry about the dog's treatment, being on camera and if they're how they're trained. So that would be my only criticism. But otherwise, I liked this. I liked the giant stage with all the dancers. I thought this was fun. And this was a case where the music video to me was better than the song. I liked the music video more than I liked the song, but the video fits the song and they all sold it and they killed it. As far as the single goes, I think if you are a fan of Idol, if you like Idol, then you probably liked this. And if you're not a fan, I'm not sure if this is the song that's going to draw you in. Let's get to the rest of the album. I want to talk about the rest of the album. It's interesting. I think there's some stuff that works better than some other songs, but these are my album picks. These were my favorite standout tracks from this album. 7 Days, Fate, and Rollie. Those songs to me were like a breath of fresh air. These are in the second half of the album. 7 Days is the most refreshing sound. I love this song. I love this song. Shout out to Minnie. Minnie did this one really well done. It's light and breezy. It gives you a little surprise with some drum and bass in the chorus. And it's a love song and it's cute. It's really cute, but it's not like nauseating cutesy. It goes in that line that's like, oh yeah, yeah. You know me. I'm not like super into super cutesy stuff, but this one, it's so pleasant sounding. I loved this song. I thought it captured being in love, and it was just a really beautiful track. I also like that they did this because it gave the project a little bit of range. It's not just nonstop girl power, badass girls, song after song after song. This kind of showed badass girls can be vulnerable too. And I think it's important to have levels. So this one really worked for me. Shout out to Minnie. Gorgeous song. I will say I miss Sujin. Sujin was my bias in Idol, so I was pretty sad when she left. And I think she would have sounded beautiful on this track. Next was Fate. Fate is like a bouncy pop song. It has a good bass line, a little bit of jazzy piano and guitar, which you all know I'm a real fan of. It's happy, it's fun. There's some interesting kind of chords and melodies throughout this one. This is another Soyeon song, and I think she knocked it out of the park. I really, really liked this one. And then my last one, Rollie. Can we talk about Rollie? It's like hip hop hardness, and they pulled it off. They really pulled it off. And it feels like this is a lane that they can do really, really well. And I wish they would do more of it if this is what it's going to sound like. This really worked for me. The vocals sit a lot lower, and I prefer lower vocals when it gets a little screechy, a little too high. That's just for my personal taste, not very pleasing to the ear. So Rolly for me kind of vibed more with a lower hip hop sound that I appreciate. I think vocally they did a wonderful performance. This chorus is such a vibe. Really like sexy, and kind of velvety. I liked this one. Massive shout out to Yuqi. Yuqi wrote this, produced it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Please keep doing songs like this. I loved this song. I absolutely loved it. I thought the second half of this album was actually much stronger than the first. Really, really liked this song. Everyone was talking about Wife. So Wife was one of the like the pre-release single, and everyone's been talking about it and saying it's so polarizing, it's so shocking. I didn't find that song polarizing. Am I missing something? I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. To me it was just like, all right, I guess the message, and it's very feminist. Maybe that's why people had an issue with it. I don't know. But I didn't find the song or the music video polarizing. Some people said that they wished it was the single. I don't know if I like it more than Super Lady. I thought the music video was very interesting. It sounds a little bit like Fergalicious. If you want to go all the way back to Fergie days. The kind of rap flow is a little similar to Fergalicious. That's not a bad thing. I mean, Fergalicious is a good song. I just thought that song was okay. I wasn't enamored by it, and I wasn't mad at it. It was just kind of there for me. And I think Super Lady was kind of the same way. For reference, I really like the Idol of 2021. So I think what's cool about Idol, besides the fact that they write and produce their stuff, they have a history of experimenting and doing different sounds, different concepts. I loved them most in 2021. If you remember, I think it was like HANN, and there was like Hua, HWAA. It was something like that. And I loved that album. I loved that release. I thought it was so refreshing. That's my vibe with these girls. I really, really liked that. And selfishly, just my own personal taste, I kind of wish we would go back there a little bit. I kind of wish they would switch things up. I think they've really leaned into girl power in the past few years with their songs. Nude and Queen Card, Super Lady, Wife. They're leaning into that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. But I think like anything else, it kind of feels one note when you hit it so many times over and over and over again. Like I mentioned when I was talking about 7 days, you need levels. You need to kind of mix it up and have some different stuff because I think the message gets lost when that's all that we're hearing and seeing. And that's just my personal opinion. That's kind of something I would tweak, and I would hope for the next idol release that we get something a little different. Because with Tomboy, Nude, Wife, Super Lady, it all just feels a little bit one note to me. And I like something on this album they gave us a lot more. So maybe they should let Minnie or Yuqi do the title track next time. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's do something a little different. That's just my personal opinion, but I would just love to see. I think they've been really good at innovating throughout their career. I think maybe it's time for a different sound and vibe for the next comeback. Just my personal opinion. It's time for my rankings from Idol's new album to the second album. This is from least favorite to favorite. They gave us 8 songs. Number 8, Doll. Number 7 was Wife. Number 6, Super Lady. Number 5, Vision. Number 4, Revenge. My number 3 song was Fate. Number 2, Rollie. I love it. I love this sound. I love this vibe. Shout out Yuqi. And my number 1 song, and I think I'm going to say By Far. I loved this song. I loved this feel. 7 Days is my favorite song from this Idol release. They gave us a lot of good stuff on this album. So congratulations to Idol. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't love. I think the overarching theme with the songs, the music videos, Idol has a lot of very loyal fans, and I don't think they did anything in this comeback that would turn their fans off. I think this is going to make fans happy. It's a good comeback. I don't think it's good enough to bring in maybe new fans. I'm not sure if it's enough that people who don't stan Idol would all of a sudden become super passionate, but it was good. So I'm excited to kind of see how they progress from here. Again, I think it's maybe time to switch things up and do a different concept theme, lyrically, concept wise, vibe wise. But they're killing it. They're killing it. They're so popular. They're doing very, very well. They're working insanely hard. Maybe what I really hope for Idol is that they get a break before the next comeback and before concerts and everything else. They're going to be here in LA at Crazy Super Concert. I believe they're on the 10th, February 10th. So not a break in the foreseeable future, but maybe they'll get a break. In any case, congratulations, Idol. I think this was a good project and fans have to be happy. Before I move on, I want to talk biases. And I'm realizing it's probably pretty obvious who my bias is in this group. Minnie is my bias. I love, love, love her voice. I've always loved her voice. And then Yuqi is Wrecker. Yuqi snuck in on, I guess it was the last comeback, the English album they did. That was like only a few months ago. But I really like her. And the fact that she wrote and produced Rollie, yes, like let's give Yuqi a chance at that title track. I like what she does. If this is the vibe, I want more. Congratulations to Idol. And there's nothing wrong with a little throwback. There's nothing wrong with a second gen sound and look. It's fun. Let's embrace the old school. I'm here for it.